be defeated.
The people united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated. Will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated. Whose park? Our park. Whose park? Our park. Our city. Whose city? Our city. Whose streets? Our streets. Our streets. Our city. Whose streets? Our streets. City. Our streets. Our city. Our city. Woo! We are the revolution. Our street! Our street. Our street. Our streets. Our streets. Our street. Our streets. My street. Approaching City Hall. North side, Queen Street West. Oh no, red light alert, red light alert, red alert, red alert. Police torture, it reads. It reads police torture. Next destination, Nathan Phillips Square. Ah! Ow! Entering Nathan Phillips Square. Queen and Bay. West North Side. Destination reached. Occupy Toronto. Occupy Toronto. Thank you. Whoa. Whoops. Whoops. The heck? Oh, I didn't even see that. Whoops. I guess I ran into a pole. Or hugged the pole. Man, these things are so skinny. Entering New City Hall. Nathan Phillips Square. North side, northwest side, Bay Street. Look at that marvelous set. That's gonna be something to see next time. I wonder where they're gonna do it. Ford. Mayor Ford, fix or repair later. No, fix or repair daily. Fix and repair daily. Fix and repair daily.
Sit down in a circle. Hold hands, brothers and sisters. Hold hands. Big circle. Hold hands. Let's show up board that we mean peaceful assembly.
I wonder if Ford's gonna come out. That'll be laughing.
Everyone. Circle, hold hands, brothers and sisters. Let's hold hands in solidarity. The people united will never be divided. Let's hold hands. Let's get everyone to join us. Join us.
I wonder if I should join.
Join us.
Join us. Join us. Join us. Join us. Join us.
Join us. Join us. Join us.
Police are lined right over preventing them from entering City Hall. This is nuts. Evict Ford. Evict, fix, or repair daily. We are the 99%. 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 We are the 99%.
Okay. That's right. Rob Ford has got to go. We have a few words for Rob Ford and the city councilors over there. That we are vehemently united and committed to peaceful assembly at St. James Park and in all the streets of Toronto. We are here to show you what democracy looks like. We are the 99%. And we're going to make a statement, and things are going to radically change because the community is going to polarize and support. Something very special, very unique is happening. Rob Ford just made a very bad PR decision. And he decided that it was a really bad PR decision because the community came out in support of the 99%. And so he changed his decision. Rob Ford stayed the eviction decision because he realized it was a bad PR move. Because we are the 99%. We are diversity. We are all ages. We are all genders. We are all cultures. We are all abilities. We are all together. And this isn't about political strife. This isn't about right or left or center or moderate. This movement has no political colors. It has no political colors because the ones that run this shamocracy, this democracy that we call and we so vehemently hold, this democracy is run by unelected bankers, the elite banking consortium. We never elected them, yet they run our economy and they run our society and they run our democracy, and we never elected them. Shame! In 1974, a hijack occurred and none of you noticed. And the hijack was the Bank of Canada's hijack. The Bank of Canada is the People's Bank. It's in Ottawa. Nationalized in 1938 by Mackenzie King, Prime Minister of Canada. He nationalized the Bank of Canada so that we could buy out our debt and avoid a depression like our friends south of the border. Our friends south of the border, they have a Federal Reserve Bank, a private bank, not a central national bank like our bank. national debt in 1972? Zero!
Oh.
Zero! We had zero debt in 1972 because we used the Bank of Canada, the National Bank of the People. What happened in 1974? Hijack happened in 1974. The top five, the big five bankers, they went to Ottawa, and there were these politicians, Cratchit and Martin, they had very deep pockets. This story happened. This hijack happened. Very deep pockets. And they said, don't use your bank. Don't use the Bank of Canada. Don't use the People's Bank. By the way, the Bank of Canada, we're all its shareholders. We own 100% of the Bank of Canada shares. So right now, we could go to the Bank of Canada and have a Bank of Canada shareholders meeting. We could. But we're not going to. Not yet. Not yet. Because we need to mobilize numbers. We need enough Canadians to know that this hijack occurred. We pay $167 million in interest a day to the big five private banks that lobby these corrupt politicians, these deep-pocketed politicians, to ignore the Bank of Canada's legislative power under the Bank of Canada Act, Section 18, to issue interest-free loans to our government. And instead, we pay $167 million a day on interest to the big five. Shame!
Shame!
So you see, when you understand about the hijack that occurred, in 1991, Mulroney abolished statutory reserves, which means banks don't have to hold any money in reserve. When they give out credit, they give out money that they do not have. Criminal Code of Canada, Section 293 of the Criminal Code of Canada finds them guilty. The big five private banks. Shame!
Shame!
So it's no coincidence that we marched down to the big five private banks headquarters at Bay and Adelaide. It's no coincidence. Now you know why we're there. Because we're outreaching to you and we want you to join us. City services are being cut. And these politicians and all these tiers are either too ignorant or they're negligently criminal and liable to the 99%. So we make this statement on May 5th, 2012, 555. Occupation cities across Canada will unite in solidarity at the Bank of Canada headquarters in Ottawa. We will have our foot in the door there. There will be major significance. The Canadian population will know why we're there. Right? They'll ask questions. We're not at a peaceful park. We're at the Bank of Canada headquarters in Ottawa. Conveniently steps to Parliament. We will have a massive mobilization effort. And we want all of you to join us. We need your help. We need your resources. You are the 99%. Join us. Now I will give the mic to Tom, our brother Tom.
All right.
He has something prepared for Mr. Rob Ford. We love you.
I wonder where Ford is.
Thank you so much, everyone. So we've been served eviction notice, or we haven't been served eviction notice. We don't know. It's all up in the air right now. But we're kind of, I think they want us to kind of sit back and just assume that because we get served notice, or we have no sort of claim to be there. Just because they decided they want us out, that we have no claim to be there. But we do have something called a Bill of Rights in Canada and a Constitution, and that allows us to assemble and that allows us to protest. And for us to have our rights, we have to claim them. So I've written a claim of right for everyone to sign to state your right to be at the park, and we're going to give it to Ford. I think we left it a bit late today, but we got another day. It's open till 8, right? So let's get these documents signed, and let's go and give him some notice as to why we're there. I'll be passing them out, all right? Did you want to speak, John? Now I'm going to turn it over to my good friend, John Herbs.
All right.
No mic check required now. Some of you know me, and for those who don't, you will. My story with Occupy starts 8 years ago, when my very noble wife found out our daughter was poisoned by fluoride. And when she found out that her daughter was poisoned by fluoride, she said, write a book for parents to warn them. And in 2003, that book was written called The Slow Poisoning of America. But it discovered that not only fluoride was bad, but monosodium glutamate, aspartame, a few other things. It also revealed that stevia is a zero-calorie natural sweetener used by the natives that could replace all our zero-calorie sweeteners with no side effects. And melatonin can help with high blood pressure, cholesterol, gastrointestinal disorders, reducing stroke, reducing cardio problems, and it helps you sleep at night, and it cures some cancers, breast and prostate especially. But that book, though I was invited on CBC in 2003, never got discussed in the media. And in 2005, never got discussed. In 2005, when I threatened the Premier of Nova Scotia to ride my horse up the main street of Halifax to bring attention to the fact that we have published medical evidence proving autism is caused by MSG and food and vaccines. So in 2005,
Holy shit, I didn't know that.
Horse up the main street of Halifax to bring attention to my research. 2 weeks later, my horse is dead with an arrow in it. Yeah. Yeah. Certainly. Thank you. Thank you. I don't think I called it a disease, did I? I just said autism. Autism is ASD. No, you haven't heard me finish. I am also slightly autistic, ADHD, recognized in the 1970s. What MSG does is it's the number one glutamate to grow the brain, and it creates a, as they say, proliferation and differentiation of brain cell development. You can take a look at it in my report to the United Nations written in 2006 called The Slow Poisoning of Mankind, written at the request of the Director of Food Safety for the World Health Organization personally. But when I took a copy to Ottawa, they burned down my farm. So you didn't hear about that either in Nova Scotia. So I have been a one-man army against the poisoning of our children for 8 years and lost everything because of it. And now, I'm done fighting. Because guess what? To all those 27 CEOs who know me by name, to the FDA Commissioner who knows me by name, to the Secretary of Health and Minister of Health, guess what? The cat's out of the bag. The world knows about the slow poisoning of America and the slow poisoning of mankind, and we're going to heal cancer. And what we're going to do is we're going to give children their lives back. We're going to take fear away from children. We're going to make roads safe for children to play on. We're not going to scare our children with talk of cancer and disease. We will give them a youth free of fear. And I'm, after this, going to take my paper into City Hall and head up to where I've been calling home for the last 5 days, Queen's Park. And we're going to sit there with our little fire we started 3 years ago and roast some nice stuff over it like we've been doing. Set up our tents again where they were taken down, and we're going to add to the party. And in front of Queen's Park, we're going to celebrate the invitation to light the sacred fire of the natives. When I met with Bob Ray this morning, he informed me that only OPP and RCMP can take you off of Queen's Park, the parkland. So now I'm going to pass this off to my good Chief Counsel, Derek. Chief Counsel!
We got statistics here. We'll compare who has the higher approval rating, Rob Ford or Occupy Toronto. Well, let's look at the statistics right now. Rob Ford has a 37% approval rate, the second lowest in Canada. CP24 did a survey about Occupy Toronto. And the question was, should the city intervene and remove Occupy Toronto protester tents from St. James Park? An overwhelming 95% said no. That's over 7,000 people. 7,000 people said no, do not remove those tents, because you cannot remove ideas. So I have a letter to Ralph Ford specifically written to him, because what he said was that this occupation has made its point and it's time to leave. What do you think about that? Have you made your point and is it time to leave? No! That's right, I think the statement is, we've only just begun! To Ralph Ford, we've had enough of you and your shenanigans. This is our city, not yours. It's about the majority, the 99%. You once called police because the CCTV camera crews were at your front door. And you got scared and you ran away from Margaret Delahunty. We invite Marjorie Delahunty down to occupy Toronto. She can stand with us. You curse and swear when you don't get your way. You stuck little fingers at their mothers with children. You have no compassion for the homeless people. You once stated you didn't want a homeless shelter in your ward, and you said you didn't even want to have a public meeting to discuss it. And let's have a public lynching? You actually said that. We in St. James Park take care of our homeless people. We feed them, and we give them comfort, and we don't ignore them like yourself, Mr. Ford. We would offer you a face on like a food in our park, but it looks like you are very well fed, Mr. Ford.
CP24.
And that you want to be a ballerina in the Muddy Nutcracker. See if that helps your public perception. We'd like to see you do a little dance, shake a little love, and get down tonight. So once again, Ralph Ford is a bad example of this city. He stated before the election there would be no major service cuts. Now he's proposing cutting essential services, including our firefighters, the ones who stepped into St. James Park, and they protected our native sacred fire. That spoke volumes. They showed us the respect, and we give them a round of applause for our firefighters. They didn't put out the fire. They allowed it to burn, because they're on the chopping block under this Ford agenda as well. Austerity cuts. The shifting of the economic injustice has been shifted onto this city. They want us to pay for their debts, for their fraudulent actions, and their fraudulent financial terrorism, and we're not going to put up with it. Not in this city, and people are standing up around the world. And we're saying we do not consent. We will not take cuts in our essential city services, and we will protect our firefighters. We will stand up for them like they stood up for us. We proposed austerity cuts to daycares and libraries, among other city services. We'd like to invite Mr. Ford to come into our public library. It's one of the greatest in the world. It's open 24/7. We have a Margaret Atwood book waiting for you, Mr. Ford, and your brother. Now you want us to go away and you state that we've made our point. Have you come in to that park and talked to us? No, you know what? That park has historical reference, because that park was the grounds of the Great Rebellion in the 1800s. They were against the family compact, the 1% at the time. It was up against Upper Canada and Lower Canada. And the first settlers of Toronto are buried. They were buried on those lands. And that's home on native land. We give respect to our native elders and the sacred fire that has been lit. The spark has been lit around the world. And we're not going away. The fire continues. We can remove our tents, but we're going to come back. We will not go away. Our voices will not be silenced. This is about the future of our country. It's about the 99%, everybody. It's about our families. It's about the direction of this country. Now as we free Canada is, we shall be. And we stand on guard for thee today and for tomorrow. We're not going to take our rights being violated. Yeah. We're going to stand up for the Canadian Constitution, the rights and the freedoms for all. No more illegal laws being passed. You know, they could try to serve us an eviction notice, but what about Ralph Ford when he was talking on his cell phone? He violated bylaws, didn't he? That's right, he did. What about the illegal Iraq wars and the wars? Did they try to evict that? Did they stand up against illegal wars and the killing of millions of innocent mothers, fathers, and children? No, they didn't.
We're trying to change the world here. We're sorry for the inconvenience, Toronto. But our voices are going to keep speaking. We're going to keep standing up. And the native voice for Toronto means standing.
Circling around CP24.
And that's a beautiful thing because we all got to be standing strong and tall. And we're going to stand the longevity of this movement. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to be years in the making. And know that you're not alone, that there's millions with us. Millions of brothers and sisters. And they keep on trying to shut these camps down. But it doesn't matter because they can take away our material objects, but they can't take away the spiritual objects that are inside us. We have political might. We can change the perception of the general public, and we have to wake them up. We have to let them know that we're doing this to benefit them too. And we're all playing a part. And thank you. Thank you for being here in solidarity. And we will continue. We're not going away, Mr. Radford.
All right.
I have an update. So Giorgio Mamaliti, who by the way can't write, his grammar's really shit. He sent me a few messages on Facebook. How do these people get elected? Shame.
Shame. Major shame.
All right, we have another really great announcement. And now this revolution will absolutely be televised because we need all of Canada to show up. And it will also be subsidized by the 100%. We need your support so we can get reinforcements. So, this is our bank account number, reinforcements money, so we can winterize our tents, and we can winterize our community, and we can stay warm throughout this revolutionary time. So, write this down, please. Get your pens, get your cell phones, whatever, get your cameras rolling. Alterna is our credit union. We do not use commercial banks, we use credit unions. Alterna on Danforth. Our bank account name is Occupy Toronto. And our bank account number, you can make a direct deposit, is 502-5560. I'll repeat that, 502-5560. Spread it everywhere. Put it on your Facebook accounts, on your Twitter accounts. Put it everywhere. And the action happening on May 5th, 2012, when we will hold a shareholders meeting at the Bank of Canada. We will restore the Bank of Canada, and we will no longer have 33 cents on the tax dollar being paid to the big 5 private banks. It will go back into our city. That action, you can follow it with hashtag Occupy Big 5 on Twitter. Follow the action. All right. We need to winterize our tents. We have a wish list. Every community yurt has a wish list. Right now, our women's safe space, we need some warm sleeping bags, some blankets, we need some catalytic heaters, we need warmth. So please spread the word. Any little bit helps. Let's get those donations rolling in so Rob Ford can get a clear message that we're not going anywhere. We are committed to peaceful assembly and we will not move. Thank you.